Let's talk about this. So we start out with 2 copies of accuracy with no shivs, but shivs can come pretty easy, and we also have after image here. So we're looking for just like a single copy of Blade Dance. We can make this say plus. We can make these say plus. Blade Dance with burst. We can make that say plus. Oh my, is a very strong Pandora's box start. Now keep in mind, like I said, I have not played this game in a little while. We might be bold and go for this. Empowered Elite straight out of the gate. We can take some early combats like this. See how we're feeling? We can take single event, no event path. We get 2 elites and 1, 2, 3, 4 campfires. Let's get started. Now, I would go so far to say as, like, we don't have a ton of high need removals here. I'm trying to think of how we actually kill things. We have choke, we have neutralize, we have crippling cloud, we have noxious fumes. Interesting. I'm thinking if we try to wraith form this early to kill Jawworm fast enough, can we, like, we can't kill it over 2 turns if we just neutralize here. So we would take 9 to crippling cloud and get accuracy and not draw it again. That can be good. Silvardo, hello. Hello, friends. Taking 9 this early feels wrong, which is where Wraith Form would come in, and then maybe we take less than 9 with After Image and play later. We take 1 here, so we'd have to like 8. That could be a big mistake. Let's see if it's a big mistake. So we take 1. We have 8 extra HP to play with here. Say we have 7 now. That says 7. Nice. Maybe we play that, actually. I was thinking about doing accuracy so we don't draw it again. Okay, we need to do a very small amount of damage here, and we're going to look like genius. Oh, no, Noxious Fumes. Okay, we saved. Turn 1 Wraith Form was correct. We saved 7 HP there by playing Wraith Form on turn 1. I'm kind of surprised that worked out that way. We do have a dash here. It's nice because it says block. It says damage on it. It is expensive, however, but I like it as an early game solution. Even though we're kind of looking for other stuff right now, I like it. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend for those that participate. We were looking at, there were a lot of videos of people doing fireworks in the Bay Area here, and it was crazy. There's like time lapses of people lighting off fireworks over the Bay Area, and it's just like constant fireworks going off. I cannot imagine living in that environment. It would drive me insane. But people do it, man. They like it. Flying Knee is interesting here. Gives us energy where we have a lot of things that say 2 on them. Definitely not what we're trying to do. It's like Flying Knee or skip here. This is just too expensive. We're going against Slime Boss. We have an Empowered Elite. Like, it's not great. If we're going this way, Flying Knee isn't terrible. Okay, we'll take not terrible here. It's about as good as I can do. Excuse me. Yeah, I was watching videos. It was kind of crazy, right? Like, there were videos of like fires that were started as a result of these fireworks going off, believe it or not. It's crazy. I don't know. I think I did fireworks a couple times when I was a kid, but then, you know, the novelty wore off pretty quick. It's all right. We didn't go watch like a big fireworks display or anything like that in our area. One, it was just kind of busy. This is exactly what I wanted. Yes. Shining Light, one of the best events with an early Pogbox. Survivor, Phantasmal Killer, we'll take it. But yeah, so there were a bunch of fires that were started. And fortunately, they were put out. But, you know, California's been under a drought for like, oh, I don't know, 20 years or so in the summer. So it felt so risky. The good with the bad, though, we have like almost... I was gonna say we have almost no like yards or grass in those cities, so there's nothing to actually light on fire. I guess that's something. Cultist Potion for Slime Boss already beats that. Maybe over our Swifty, though I love it for like a Centuries. Let's do that. Get our upgrades started here. We have a lot to do. Much to do. At floor 4 at 10 minutes? That's including like that's including the early stall. I only know one way. I'm a Pog seeking missile right now. Yo, Bishop Stars, thank you very much for 2 months. Happy 2nd birthday. Thank you very much. No, I'm a little high energy right now because I haven't been able to do this in a while. Sit here, play some Spire, have a good time. Do our dash. What do we like here? I mean, I think Flying Knee is also good. We get like 2 upgrades before our first Empowered Elite. We have 2 potions. So something that we could duplicate. So we could do that on like Noxious Plus or Wraithform Plus. We could duplicate Choke Plus and then play some other stuff, potentially. The accuracies have not yet panned out. We do dash early. It's a great double. We don't need this. Blessing of the Forge is actually pretty good, but we have excellent potions already. We're going to end up skipping that. Now, second upgrade. We had dash. We could just take the Flying Knee. We could take the backflip. Really good for Sentries. Really good for Lagavulin. Really good for the rest of the game in general. Or just Stinky Wraithform. We do have potentially 2 elites to go through. So Wraithform might be the way to go. Start every combat with a skill in our hand. Probably not. Maybe with like backflip plus, but I'd prefer that to be like an acrobatics plus. Rippling Cloud is kind of cute, but expensive. Just Sapphire Key here. It is some plus strength slaver, or sentries. I know what these are. Now here's a difficult question. How do we kill the slavers? We might have to double potion here just to get through. We're killing through noxious fumes, most likely. Huh. Interesting. 45 seconds left to throw down some Dane bucks. Not a lot in the pool right now. Llama Train, hello. Yeah, I missed Baylor's stream earlier. Did he take the day off? He must have. Celebrating a little bit or something. Baylor, internet issues? Oh. That's unfortunate. I feel like he gets that every once in a while. Must be really frustrating. There's only so much you can do as a streamer to try to prevent those things. But it must be frustrating because it's, you know, it's your job. You're dependent on that. Okay, we have arrived to take 24 damage or play Wraithform the turn. And then we don't get Noxious Fumes in play. Rough. I think we dupe pot, Wraith Form, neutralize, pass, because otherwise we take straight up take 24. Yikes. The good news, we have After Image to potentially block some of this chip damage. Now we need to top deck our Noxious Fumes here. Night Dew, my friend. How organic are these pogs? No herbicides. I like what you did there. No herbicides. Organic, free range, pogs only. We have one more turn of intangibility. The good news, we have 2 turns of double damage. So this guy over here should be donezo. And we can also shuffle the deck here. Try to save our high damage flying knee. No can do. I don't know how excited you guys were about the new RimWorld expansion, but I was a little bit giddy. I was kind of excited to see RimWorld get some more love after all these years. What a great, great game. We get a fossilized Helix for our troubles. Lichettis. We might have to bring back some RimWorld content. We did that on Saturday mornings like a year and a half ago. I think. It's been a while since we played RimWorld on stream. But it was a lot of fun. We just threw people's names in the game and they, you know, fell in love and murdered each other and ate each other as you do in RimWorld. 16 months, Night Dew. Thank you very much, by the way. We are in dire straits right now. Oh my. I mean, this blocks for 9, but we don't get Noxious Fumes in play. Okay, let's block for 9. Return of Randy Royals. We'll have to come up with a new name because of the ideology stuff, right? At least as far as I can tell, that's like it's a whole new beast. But it would be fun. We were talking before some of you guys got in here, talking about what else we could end up doing on the stream in general for additional content and whatnot. I'm still trying to decide. Maybe we're just sticking to like indie games for a while. More Slay the Spire. Catalyst. Catalyst is so boring. Where are the Shiv cards? Nightmare doesn't really do anything either. It can make for some really fun turns. Like if this is Lagavulin, it's also really good here. All right, we'll try it. We'll try a Nightmare because this could be Lagavulin, and if it is, I'm feeling really good about it. Color a dinosaur stream? We did a paint stream. We did that before. Help. So we could Nightmare like dash with our Phantasmal Killer plus. pretty okay guess. It's not amazing. Matrix Train, just watch The Matrix. We'll see if Amazon Prime Video has The Matrix, and then we can just watch The Matrix on stream. It could be good. I don't know. I've never tried doing that before. Just watch Baylor stream and provide commentary. I don't know if Baylor would allow that. He might DMCA me. I'd have to ask him. Is that how that works? Can he do that to me? He would definitely DMCA me? I knew it. Baylor! Twitch did this thing on the back end where they added in a copyright strikes notification kind of thing. And we might have to pivot away from these shivs. I don't really know what to do at this point. As soon as we find a single copy of Blade Dance, we're good. So I don't know. Like, do we want to take Deadly Poison? Not really. I already skipped Catalyst. I'm gonna keep skipping. What's he talking about? Oh yeah, on the back end they added this DMCA thing, and or copyright strike thing. And I was going to the back end of my Twitch, and I was looking at it, or looking around for something. I was just poking around, looking at, I don't know what. And suddenly they didn't tell anybody that this was gonna pop up, but they put a box on the back end. It was like copyright strikes in your channel or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, I got a copyright strike? Like, what did I do? I haven't done anything. Like, you know, arguing with like my mom or something like that. I didn't even do anything. I didn't do anything. No, it was just like they're like trying to provide notifications for people for when they get copyright strike. I don't know what it was. It was just like, oh, by the way, you have 0 copyright strikes on your channel. I was like, thank you for letting me know, but why did you put this box there to freak me out? Blur is here. I like Blur. Piercing Whale is here too. That's tough, man. That is tough. No Shiv cards through Act 1. So they wanted us to do Poison plus Blur, I guess. They being the Slay the Spire devs. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think most of you probably did, but we were able to play Spire with friends with one of the Slay the Spire devs, Anthony, during the charity weekend last weekend. It was a lot of fun. It was my first time getting to play a game with Teak, which was also an awesome experience. Hopefully more to come, but he's a very busy individual. I think I only made them regret inviting me to the stream a single time, and I see that as a huge success. This is tough. I did learn a lot of deep lore. I asked Anthony a lot of excellent questions. I don't think Anthony showed up to ask deep lore questions, but they're the things that I think about. Everybody else is asking Anthony like, ooh, in the hard code deep within line, 10,752, what does it mean when you put this semicolon there instead of like an end parentheses? And I'm like, is the time eater holding a snack? Like these are the things that I think about. Everybody else is asking these deep like code questions or something like that. I don't know what any of that is. But I can take a look at the game and ask you some pretty basic questions. Like, I see the time eater is holding a clock and is named the time eater. Does that mean that it's holding a snack? We also learned that Deca is a 5-sided object, not an 8-sided object. I think that's important. We need like nightmare, noxious fumes, or death, right? Pretty sure. The backflip art has bullet holes in it. Backflip art is really weird, isn't it? Because it's not the silent. What's going on here? Who is this? This doesn't help. It's the paper frog bouncing off of some grass. I think we should upgrade a block card. I think it's from Fights in Tight Spaces. I got a key to Fights in Tight Spaces, and I haven't played it yet. Was that good? I think I saw people play it like once, and I didn't see him go back. Is it worth checking out? It looks pretty good. Yeah, it does look pretty good. Is it? So it's still early access, I guess, is what you're saying. This is good enough. Makes this turn pretty terrible, though. Well, we always lose our Bouffere here, so we don't care about... Just gonna, like, work in a dodge and roll there, but we're just throwing away Bouffere. Trying to remember all the other good questions I asked Anthony. I only got a few in before I got, like... I read the room a little bit, and it was like... He didn't really want to show up to answer all my deep lore questions. That's fine. Jawworms in the Maw, you're right. That one, I would say, of all the answers that we got that day, that one was the most disappointing. I thought I teed that up pretty well. So, if you haven't heard, my theory was that the mother of all jawworms is the Maw, because it's named the Maw, and it kind of looks like a jawworm. I was told that is not the case, much to my dismay. But Anthony did hint. Okay, so here's how we can really read a little bit too much into this. We did get a hint that the Maw. Here's okay. Let me paint the full picture. Let me get there. This is gonna be good. We did get the full picture painted for us that they're working on a new game. We got no additional details other than that. However, Anthony did say that the Maw was like the next evolution of the jawworm. It was like a big jawworm. How would Anthony know that if there wasn't a giant jawworm or next evolution of jawworm somewhere else? I bet the next game is going to be in the same universe as Slay the Spire. So, yeah, it's like a larval mob, but why would he have an answer just to that specific question and to nothing else? See what I mean? Flannel Violin, hello. Hope you had a wonderful 4th. My drink is gone. Okay, do we want to die? Probably at this point. We're looking. Oh, dude, there's the wrist blade too. Why? Why is there a wrist blade? Why do we have 2 accuracies, a wrist blade, and no Shiv cards? Oh, you're on call? That's no fun. Oh, so then the little jawworms will run around eating the ponies. Interesting. I feel like with a Wraith form and a Bouffere, maybe we just take Coffee Dripper and move on with our day. We will find some Shivs. I know we'll find some Shivs. But I think we take Coffee Dripper. For now. We have 317 Spire Bucks and a Dream. We're going against the Collector here. So what do we like? I believe we're okay for elites in this act. Might take 2 shops. We go like heavy second shop, 2 elite path down here. Maybe we take this one here. Again, no Coffee Drippers, so campfires are just upgrades. We get 1, 2 upgrades out of this act. That's pretty good. And if things are going horribly, we can go this way. I like the idea of this one. If we didn't go that way, we'd be going to the left, which is more base combats, fewer elites, less fun. Yeah, the Slay the Relics is still broken. I've not heard why. I assume there's a reason. I also assume it's devious in nature. Ah. I like just got that working not long ago too. It was broken forever on my channel, and then I finally figured it out, and now the actual extension broke. Well-laid plan says plus on it. Kind of fun. Sure. The birds. Yes. But I was spending a fair amount of time yesterday trying to find something to get on the Steam sale, and I couldn't really come up with anything. Like I said, I got Luck Be a Landlord. I think that's a good pickup for me personally. But I was between, you know, buying a bajillion Stellaris expansions or just not. You like Luck Be a Land? I love Luck Be a Landlord. Landboard. It's a great pickup. It's really simple. The combos are really fun when you actually get one and they pop off. Stellaris is great. Do I stream Stellaris? No, I don't stream Stellaris. I never have. Don't really see myself. I don't know. So we were talking about that earlier, trying to figure out like additional games to bring to the stream. And so I'm kind of open to it, but grand strategy games in particular are like a whole nother beast to start streaming because, well, like it's a little bit deep into the weeds, but I think like streaming in general, like you should stream if you have something to offer, something to say, and like those games are so big that to like start out in one is really intimidating. So like I would love to play some Civilization on a higher difficulty mode and learn the game, but it takes so long to really learn them and get good at them that I don't know if it's worth streaming that stuff. But I own like half of the Stellaris DLCs. I love it. I think it's great. But it also, I don't know if they ever fixed it, but the game tends to break at the end game because there's like too much stuff being processed at the same time, or or whatever. So it's actually not too big of an ask to get me to buy, like, it's like 2 DLCs, maybe 3 that I don't own. I haven't looked in a while. I think we're saying goodbye to our accuracies. But then what do we do? Just noxious fumes things to death? Get rid of 1. So yeah, I would love to play grand strategy games, but it's a lot to learn. And the games take a really long time. It's like no, I feel like you can't really complete a run of Stellaris in a single stream, right? Like, how long is a run of Stellaris? A pretty long time. Hearts of Iron Fart? No, I was a Crusader Kings 2 guy, so I picked up Crusader Kings 3. But I also have that I have yet to... I think I played it like once since I bought it. And it was in early access, or it had just released, and they had expansions coming already, so I decided to wait, and then I waited too long, and now I haven't picked it back up. 20 plus hours for a Stellaris run? That's... I mean, for me, streaming after work, that's probably what? Like 4 days of streaming for me to go through a single run of Stellaris? That's crazy. Yeah, Night Dude, that's a good idea. I think my, yeah, so we're not going to take Orichalcum, Xylobank. We're not going to take it because we have After Image, which is just going to break Orichalcum as soon as we play this card. It's just never going to do anything. So not worth the money at this point, I don't think. It's nice when we play Wraith Form. So if we didn't have After Image, and if we didn't have like Nightmare After Image potentially that we're doing, then it might be better. But yeah, as is, I don't know. I also don't really want to buy a Deadly Poison because it's a common card, and I really hate buying common cards unless it ties everything together. If that was the Blade Dance we were looking for, maybe I'd buy one. So we could just skip here. Yeah, so I think that's a good idea for the stream in general, is to try to find... Oh, 1 second. Yes, okay. Try to find, or like come up with a better schedule to where perhaps it's more like, you know, 1 day a week we play a continuation of some series that I had going on. And then another day a week we're playing Slay the Spire, or 2 days a week we're playing Slay the Spire, because that still has to be the mainstay on the stream for sure. Order, for sure. Oh! We take 1 damage. My bad. So yeah, I gotta figure some things out, I guess, is the end point. Because I want to mix in more content, more variety, but it's difficult to break out into that space. It's intimidating, to be honest. I've not done it before. Like my last stream that wasn't... Well, how do I say? That wasn't like almost... Too busy talking. Wasn't like entirely Slay the Spire focused, or like my mentality wasn't Slay the Spire focused, was quite a while ago, right? Like playing Kenshi was almost certainly over 2 years ago at this point, if not 2.5 years ago. It's wild. It's forever ago. Feeling strong. Malaise we'll take. Piercing Whale. Definitely not a... Ooh, there it is. Ormond! Thank you very much for 13 months, my friend. Much, much appreciated. My favorite Furred Fun with the sunglasses emoter on Twitch. Not to play favorites, but I'm playing favorites. What? that emote right there. Bird fun with the sunglasses. I knew it was coming up. I knew it would be right there. It's right on demand. I should have done this last turn, shouldn't I? Every once in a while, I'm watching, like, Redbeardy in the mornings or something like that, and I'll just see Morabin drop the Furred Fun with the sunglasses, and it gives me a little smile. How do we not die here? We've done almost no damage. We're continuing to do almost no damage. We might have to malaise for 2 and just have 2 after image in play and have that be good enough. Egads. That is a lot of wounds. It's okay, we've got 3 poison already. Already, he says. It's already here. Stacking poison like it's nothing. Trying to figure out how to bring back Friday Night Slay. So I have figured out, at least in theory, how to bring back Friday Night Slay. I have yet to implement it. So I believe what some people are doing, and I don't, this is definitely a gray area. I don't know if this is even, it's probably not okay to do. It's just, okay, so here's what some people are doing. I'll finish my thought. Some people, as far as I understand it, you can have multiple audio channels going through OBS, much like you can have multiple video inputs or outputs, I guess, going to OBS. So what some people are doing is they have multiple audio outputs going, one from, say, Spotify, and then one from the game. And then for somehow, what I don't know is they're able to separate that so the VODs themselves only have the game audio, and they've excluded the Spotify or whatever it is that they're doing. Now, the reason why this is a gray area is because currently it looks like the DMCA bots that are sniffing for copyrighted music to sue people or get them to take their content down seems to be just looking at VODs and not looking at live streams. But as soon as they start looking at the actual live streams themselves, well, now you're like back at square one. You've undone the good part. So I don't know. See, Twitch lets you do it is a very dangerous statement because I don't know. I don't know if they truly let you do it or if people are just getting away with it, because a lot of this stuff people have just been getting away with for a long time. How about I stream in Discord? I was streaming in Discord for like the entire weekend, and like Night Dew showed up. We chatted for a couple times, and that was it. I even put out a little message. Nobody stopped by. You didn't know if it was hangout time? FirstDane, 7/3/2021. In the tavern, this voice channel, and feeling social if anyone wants to stop by. See, nobody shows up. Nobody shows up. Nobody I was there. This is what I'm saying. I was there. I was like, oh, if anybody stops by, we could play some Spire with friends. I was playing some Escape from Tarkov with a buddy, but I could have been persuaded to go the other way. You were there just Emo Like Bird had like my favorite oopsie daisy moment, because I've done this too, and It was so good. I was playing Tarkov with a buddy, and this was not when I said I was being social, but I was in Discord. Like, anybody can stop by and say hey, but I'm just hanging out in my own Discord for sure. I try to go to the top tavern channel because then it's at least visible. There's audio channels at the bottom too when we played Among Us a while ago. Anyway, it was hilarious. I loved it. So I was streaming Escape from Tarkov with a buddy of mine and tried to just like watch the stream on Discord. But Discord, I hate this feature in Discord. It needs to go away. If you try to watch a stream in Discord, it automatically pulls you into the audio channel. And it doesn't prompt you. It doesn't warn you. It's just like you click watch stream and then it automatically throws you into the audio channel and you're suddenly talking to someone. It's like, oh, well, hello. You know, like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, it's so weird that Discord does that. I've totally done that in another person's stream. I just left right away. But Emo Like Bird, to their credit, was like, hey, how's it going? Like, actually hung out for a little while. So that was fun. But yeah, freaking Discord. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's like on purpose to prevent people from watching streams on Discord because they don't make any money right now. I don't know. That's a little tinfoil hat, but it could be. I'm thinking about this Deflect Plus, sorry. Continue our no damage strategy. Okay. And we will bottle our Well-Laid Plans Plus. Extremely good. This is our event? This is a terrible event. Still no Shivs? Yeah, 0 Shiv cards. 0. I'm super happy we got rid of that copy of Accuracy, because otherwise I'd still be sitting here hoping that we get one, and it ain't coming. Your least favorite event is Avocado Rat? Did you know, I have not looked at this in a while, so I assume it's this way, but I don't know that for a fact. Did you know that Avocado Rat, outside of elites and bosses, does more damage than any other combat in the game? On average, to all characters. It is the single most deadly combat in the game. All right, anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I want to nightmare here, if anything. All right, let's start up this little blurricade nonsense. Has been decided. For ejecting you in RimWorld? I don't think that was me, dude. I don't even know how to eject somebody in RimWorld. That sounds like a flannel violin thing to do. I don't think I ate Night Dew. I don't think that happened. Because all of my RimWorld playthroughs have stopped prematurely. Like, I keep meaning to continue on in them, and then I fail to do the thing that I want to do. To be in Act 3. Yeah, I think the fact that Avocado Rat comes at the time that it does, which can potentially be, like, you can run into Avocado Rat right here. So if we had gone this way, this could be Avocado Rat, like either of these two combats. And if you think about how much HP you tend to lose against, like, double thieves or whatever, or even single avocado, the fact that it can happen here is so deadly. Whereas, like, transient, yes, can do a lot of damage, but it's very similar. Like Transient and Giant Head are very similar in that they're looking for some kind of scaling damage, which you usually need to beat this boss anyway. So if you can solve this boss and get to Act 3, you can usually, not always of course, you can usually deal with those enemies. Whereas how do you prepare for what the avocado rat does to you? Vulnerable, frail, you have to do like a ton of damage over multiple enemies. It's really difficult. Something is completely missing? No, it's perfect. This is my perfect creation. Oh my god, Shiv cards. We found them. They came together. Single blade dance seems awesome with choke and accuracy and after image and burst and all these things we've had the entire time. I also do not forgive whoever summoned this nemesis to us. Bro, it was just a prank. We were kidding. We could block for like 20-some, draw some cards, or we can Nightmare, take 6, play a bunch of after images. So if we speed potion, we take, currently taking 6 with 5 with after image. So it is less damage. And we can also play well-laid plans. Maybe something else that comes up. But it costs us a potion versus Nightmare After Image, which does not. Does the avocado have teeth? Wow. That's a good question. It looks a little bit gummy. It just kind of like gnaws on you a little bit. Huh. Let me ask a different question. How many hours were you into Slay the Spire before you realized that the mushroom rat was actually a rat and not just a mushroom? I was probably over 1,000 hours into the game. If not, maybe 750, right? Yeah, this avocado was grown in the desert. It's a little dry. Really? I mean, the deep take that nobody wants to admit is that this is actually a potato because it's sprouting and has eyes. It's the eyes of a potato. A little potato mushroom stew. I mean, those you see together organically in IRL. This is secretly a potato. And these are the eyes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to break Spire lore at this point. Everyone knows this as the avocado, but it's actually a potato. You can take that to the bank. I just don't want to use my speed potion here. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I just don't want to use my speed potion. You have a potato in your cupboard that looks just like that. I believe there's a chore that you need to get to or something like that. I think there's something that you haven't done today that you maybe should have. Did you guys ever make... What can you make out of a potato? Isn't it like a calculator? You guys ever make a calculator out of a potato? Or whatever that science experiment is? You know the one I'm talking about. It's a clock? Okay, it could be a clock. I accept this. I never did that as a kid. A potato is a battery. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I never did that. We did other stuff like elephant toothpaste in chemistry class. You guys ever do elephant toothpaste? That one's pretty fun. And then we also did, you can do the one where, so I should at least explain it, I guess. Elephant toothpaste is just a chemical reaction. You have, I forget what it is. There's something in a graduated cylinder, and then you add another something to it, and then it creates like this foam, and it shoots out of the top of the graduated cylinder, and the chemistry professor yells, elephant toothpaste. There's another one that you can do where you have like a giant jar, and then you put a hard-boiled egg on top, and then you like throw a lit match into the jar. You put the egg on top, and then due to pressure changes, it'll, as the smoke comes off of the match as it gets put out, it'll very slowly start to suck the egg into the jar, and then you hear the thook as the egg goes in. It's kind of fun. That one's good. You can do another one at home that you probably should not do at home, where so you have some kind of soda can. You can do this thing. Okay, soda can. You have a soda can that's empty. You put a little bit of water in there, and then on your stove, you have you light the stove, and then you start to boil the water in the can with like some tongs, and then some steam starts coming out, and then you flip the can really quickly upside down into a little vat of cool water, and then due to the pressure changes and temperature changes, it'll like collapse the can really quickly. That one's really fun. I like to pretend that got my sisters into science at a young age, but I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, you did the pop can? See, there's so many good ones. Dude, I love that. Potatoes are so versatile. Hash browns, vodka, fries, clocks. You could do anything with a potato. I'm not even going to do the boil them, mash, and put them in a stew thing. It's too easy, right? I like transform on choke. Ooh, the spud gun. When I took my last job, I went in for the interview, and the offer came in, and I like to do this thing when I'm going to take a job. I like to try to figure out who the boss is. Like, sometimes they just have social profiles or whatever. Like, they're looking you up online, and I'm like, well, I'm going to look you up online, too. So I looked at my past boss, or who was going to be my boss online, and he had a YouTube channel. And on his YouTube channel, there was a video of him shooting a potato gun. And all he said with this potato gun, he's aiming it, and he goes, "There goes the sheriff." And then he launches the potato gun off into the distance. And I was like, all right, I'll work for you, dude. Sure. There was no sheriff in the distance. He was just pretending, I guess. He lives out in the boonies. We'll forgive him. What do we do? What do we do here? Choke and what? Flying knee? I guess. Distraction, concentrate. The deck got worse. The deck got a lot worse. Okay, so we have attack potion for after Phantasmal Killer. Speed potion for some time. We need to try to not die here. So this, with Blur, does not actually save anything unless we throw Malaise in front. We might not actually get to wait till Phantasmal Killer, because we're going to be made weak. So we want to attack potion probably before weak. Ouch. I think slavers are the worst elite in Act 2. Certainly my least favorite. Order. We have Phantasmal Killer. We will not be weak next turn for our attack potion. And then we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is a lot of damage. $16. We don't have a lot to follow that up with. Because we have to, so we need to not take 23 here, which is probably dash, dodge, and roll. We have deflect as well. So we would need to skewer for 3 to kill the back slaver, block 21. I guess that's the best. I mean, this is definitely the most damage. Well, we could dash too. So dash is doing 26. The 26 plus, what did I say? 16 is definitely enough. We should do dagger spray dash to kill the back one. Okay, so we can Nightmare Deflect. We bottom decked the Wraith form, unfortunately, which was kind of our other out in this combat. All right. Yeah, so a bad turn 2, but otherwise we are out of here. 2 potions down, too. We get a lantern for turn 1 energy, a power potion. There's a copy of Acrobatics. Organic, free range, farm fresh, acrobatics. So this is Gremlin Leader or Book of Stabbing. I do think we're going to go for that over going this way. I think this elite is almost certainly less damage than these 2 hard pool combats at this point. A Dolly's Mirror. So we could Dolly's this Blade Dance and really start doing things. Yeah, Toy Ornithopter's here for some HP as well. Could save our life. So we could do like Toy Ornithopter Fire Potion. For Toy Ornithopter remove. Could remove this distraction, perhaps. Buyback accuracy. I'm actually pretty good with just a single copy of accuracy, making it say plus. Having 2 is nice, but I'd rather have like terror plus accuracy. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. Right. I just think that when you see Dolly's Mirror is usually correct. That's my experience with it anyway. There should be something to duplicate here. It might actually be this after image. Kind of like that. A really good block solution for us. We have Blur here to hang on to block, and then we're already solving Beat of Death way ahead of time. Yeah, I think it's probably Dolly's here. So Toy Ornithopter could save us against the next two combats. And we can always find these cards another way. So let's try not to die. I'm gonna do the Toy Ornithopter with Potion Belt. I'm gonna remove this distraction. I don't like the Concentrate either, but at least we have a copy of Acrobatics in here to go with it. And yeah, there's our opportunity to buy accuracy back. We'll see if we can do damage to this enemy this time. Honestly, it's a maybe. Take 0. Very nice. Okay, so we have +3 dexterity, so it should not be a problem blocking this turn. I could have done that for one more. Okay, did we Nightmare any of this stuff? We could Nightmare Blur, but I'd rather Nightmare, like, Blade Dance. Alright, that should be the combat. Yeah, nice. An oddly smooth stone. There's our second copy, Organic Farm Fresh Blade Dance. Here to hang out. And we get another upgrade before the collector fight. We have a lot of them. I do think that just upgrading this second copy of Blade Dance is almost certainly the way to go, though. More dexterity scaling. Alright. I wonder if we do gluten-free Blade Dance? No, I'm sorry to say that it is peanut-free. Sorry, peanut butter. Yeah, I'm thinking about Cultist Pot, if we actually need it or not. Kind of a nice to have, not necessarily a need to have. We could Nightmare this Noxious Fumes. That also does a very similar thing, because we might need this for, like, the heart fight. Thinking that far ahead with the Cultist. Yeah, we'll try to find another one, I guess. Caw-caw. Okay, so there is the Nightmare for Noxious Fumes. So we will try to line that up, though. Admittedly, it's going to be a little difficult. Ugh. Oh, you know what, Dozy? I think accuracy was probably correct, yeah. Yeah, it was actually like adding in a new Shiv, you're right. I was thinking about kunai and not about accuracy. That was probably a better upgrade. We'll try to do that in Act 3. Okay, how are we solving this turn? If we can block for 14 total, then we block everything. So we do 8, 16. We can definitely do that with Burst Blade Dance. And then it does mean we're not getting off our Noxious Fumes Nightmare that I wanted to do. So do I single Noxious Fumes is the question. And then we do Nightmare on something else. Don't know what. This was really the plan. To scale up our damage. We could do it on Blur again, actually. Ooh, there it is. Sure. Get a couple turns of weak down. And then we have blurs for days. I don't think we care about this. Well, we could save it for next turn. I mean, why not? Very close. Did not at all need the Nightmare Noxious Fumes to win this. Seven strength, thanks to our Cultist Potion. So if we hadn't used Cultist Potion, I do think we'd be okay in this combat. It might have been slightly excessive. Hey, we get Cultist Potion. Nice. Second copy of Burst before the first one sets plus. I mean, this is mostly skills anyway. Sure. Doppelganger? I personally don't like Doppelganger. I don't know. I think it's one of those cards that desperately needs to say plus, and we're already trying to make accuracy say plus, or bursts, maybe after image, those types of things. I personally don't love this card. It might actually just be the skip button to keep things simple here. Are we hoping for Pyramid here? Well, we have Bottled Well-Laid plans. I think that Pyramid complicates Blade Dance Plus. So if we're ever doing Burst Blade Dance Plus, that's never happening with Pyramid. Then we do have Concentrate to drop the hand. So I think with Bottled Well-Laid plans, we actually don't need Pyramid here. Oh, second burst is weird. You know what? I'm going to demote it too. That one doesn't need the beta art. Leg sweep and unload stay on. Maybe forever. Maybe this works out. All right, we have a Slaver's Collar, a Sozu, and a Busted Crown. I suppose it's just Slaver's Collar. This is an easy choice. We're not taking Sozu after we invested in the Toy Ornithopter, and we have Potion Belt. We're not taking Busted Crown because it says Busted Crown on it, so let's take a Slaver's Collar. Easy, easy choices. We will also go against the Bird with Arms as our first boss of Act 3. We have a beautiful path, actually. Look at that. Early shop. That's almost perfect. We get 1, 2, 3 opportunities at Mind Bloom. We have only... Actually, no, we don't even guarantee a hard pool fight this entire act. We get, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 upgrades as well. So burst, acrobatics, concentrate, accuracy, of course. Maybe accuracy first. I don't know if Busted Crown was, like, actively... I think we need a few more things, I guess is what I'll say, for us to kind of be there. I don't think this matters. We can make this say 10, and then we lose our buffer anyway. Or do we do Burst Blade Dance? Where did Burst Beta Art go? I just turned it off. I've had it on for maybe... It might be a 2-year beta art. That one is up there. But let's be honest, it's not on the same tier list as tier level as Leg Sweep and Unload. And Wraith, like, you know what? That's how deep Wraith Form beta art is in my mind. I didn't even see Wraith Form and think it was the beta art. That's how good it is. This should be the organic beta art. This. 18, 20. What is Crippling Cloud? Oh yeah, Crippling Cloud and Deadly Poison have the same beta art. Except one is green and one is purple. Leg Sweep. Or Blade Dance. Do we dare take a third Blade Dance without a second after image? It is our damage. It is also kind of our block, but Leg Sweep says weak on it. Nightmare? Ooh. Oh, that's mean. Happy face, tongue face. It makes you wonder. This is another good question for an Anthony. What is the third hand doing? Smiley? Tongue. Is it like... This is sad face. Happy, sad, tongue. Grimace? Could be a lot of things. The issue with Leg Sweep is that you go pretty far down the no damage path. So how do you kill the heart fight? How do you not die to the Act 4 elites? But we do have bottled, well-laid plans, so you can always do Nightmare Wraith Form things and try to survive that way. Escape plan, probably never here. thing I like about leg sweep is that it applies weak, and we have Crippling Cloud neutralizes our only source of weak right now. It's expensive. We do go to 5 energy, though, in those combats, so we can afford it. It says plus? Oh, we have Malaise, too. Yeah, this might be too much weak. So it's probably Blade Dance or Skip here. And I think it's Skip. It's got to be Skip. We will not lose all our money before the shop. Thank you. All right. We have a card remove. We have a Noxious Fumes on sale. Acrobatics number 2. Seems really good for when we're on 5 energy specifically. We do have the Bottled Bellade plans, so I think this is less necessary. Could straight up remove Concentrate at this point. That seems pretty good. So we have a lot of upgrades. I could think on those terms. I believe our upgrades are always going to Accuracy, Burst, maybe Nightmare, maybe Blur, Acrobatics. Never Malaise? No, I don't think I removed Malaise here. I think Malaise is up there for an upgrade. Like, Malaise getting upgraded before Awakened One. Oh, as an upgrade. Yeah. It's very good. So let's recount. So this is Recall. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 upgrades to go. Accuracy is 100% getting one. I think Acrobatics is really, really good. So with 2 more to go, like, the Burst is so good. We probably have to upgrade a Burst, at least one of them. So that would leave, like, Acrobatics or Malaise or the second copy of Burst. Yeah, I think Concentrate is the remove, and I do think it's just remove here. So instead of picking up Acrobatics, which is effectively, you know, draw 1, not upgraded, you draw 3. But you have to draw Acrobatics and you have to discard a card. I think the discard isn't that relevant most of the time. But we see we get to keep 1 extra card with Acrobatics. By removing Concentrate, we also get to just draw an extra card 1 time through our deck. So remove is draw. They are equal. Please don't add a curse into my deck. That was the only other option, so I'll take it. Lose 9 hit points. Oh, this really sucks. We take 11 here. Take less than 11. We'll take 5. Probably have to Wraith Form this combat. I don't know how we block this guy. Or these guys. There. Okay, did we get there? We can do 16 damage only? No. We'd have to block for 36. Or Wraith Form. Let's see what we got. There's no burst, so we can block for 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We take 4, or we take 0. Gonna be brave and take 0 here. Nice. Not too bad. We need a bag of prep pretty badly. There's backflip for some more card draw. Let's keep the deck pretty thin still. Now our first upgrade, let's consider our elites. So we have Reptomancer, Giant Head, Nemesis. Reptomancer is very scary. It's extremely scary. Accuracy probably helps the most in all of those. Malaise for Nemesis. I think accuracy goes first for damage. All right, it is one floaty boy. So we block for enough. Which means we hang on to neutralize for this turn. We always have buffer for the 45. If we happen to see the 45, of course. Winky face. So hopefully our turn here is Burst Malaise. Okay, it's not. It is the big attack. So we should do Burst, Survivor. There. Now we can land our Burst Malaise. Have I checked out Rogue Book yet? Okay, so the answer is no, but I have seen a lot of other people play it. I lurked pretty hard when Baylor was playing it the other day. And I liked it. I liked the look of it quite a lot. Seems like a good take on the deck builder kind of genre, and I love how they mix and match in like elements from both. So the Spire and Monster Train, because you can, let's say, like level up the cards or insert gems into them or whatever that is. I like that aspect of it quite a lot. And the art is a lot of fun. Toxic Egg? Just in time to give us a Cloak and Dagger Plus. That's huge. Thank you very much. Let's take one more upgrade. Now, we do need to think about the exact same series of elites, Giant Head and Reptomancer. So how do we deal with those? You think they're going to nerf more things? Is Roguebook in early access or was it full release? I don't remember a lot. I remember the turtle character. I like the turtle character a lot. Full release. Okay. Maybe I'll see if I can get a key for it. It's on Steam, right? Like, look at it quick on Steam. Rouge book. $25. Oh, you can buy skins. Okay, why can you buy skins? Hold on. Hold on. What is this? What is the hero skin pack? Dive into Roguebook in style with these 4 exclusive hero outfits. Includes 1 alternate outfit for... Okay, for these people. Why does this have a skin pack for $5? Oh, see, I was looking at Stellaris earlier. Oh my god. SD is a skin pack? My guess is that a lot of streamers got... Like, what happens is those companies will give streamers the key, and then they'll also give them the skins, so they use the skins so other people will buy them. That's what usually happens. Maybe he bought the skins. I don't know. I didn't talk to SD about it. Singing bowl action. Okay. Now, let's keep upgrading. Maybe we recall last, since I don't think we're... I don't feel too confident against specifically Reptomancer. We might have to go deep on potions for Reptomancer. You didn't get sponsored? Yeah, so it's different. It's different when you get a key versus, like, literally being paid to play the game. Like, you don't have to put #ad if they just gave you a free copy of the game. You should probably disclose that you were, if you're giving any kind of review, if you got a free copy of the game or something like that, but you don't have to disclose that. Whereas other people... There was another game that came out recently that I'll probably think of later. Dang it, was it Roguebook? It was something. Something came out. Maybe it was Roguebook. Something came out. Grifflands. I think it was Grifflands. Maybe it was the full release of Grifflands, where if you went to the Grifflands category, like, all the big streamers had #sponsored or ad on their stream. Like, those people got actively paid to play that game. And then they never played it again. I don't know, man. I've never been played to play a video game before, so I don't really know how that works. Acro. Want some card draw. Hey, it's the mother of all jawworms. I will continue to spread this information. Yeah, I have so many thoughts on Riftlands specifically. None of them are well refined, so I'll kind of keep them in my mind, but let's just say that I'm disappointed that Grifflands isn't more successful, because I think it's really, really good, but I totally understand why it's not more successful. I really like Grifflands. Yeah, it 100% does not stream well. I mean, you're dead on the money there. It is not, in my experience, a streamable game. And then I did some YouTube recordings for it, like specific to YouTube, and I think it's better for YouTube, but it's still not great, because the issue with... Okay, so here's... Okay, in brief, I haven't thought this out super well. I think my only thing I'll really say about Grifflands specifically is that it is trying to be both a deck builder and an RPG and a roguelike, but it's not excellent at any of those things. So you kind of have this weird game where it's a deck builder, but it doesn't play like the best deck builder you've ever played. You also have a roguelike, but the runs are a little too long. It doesn't really play well like a roguelike. Like, the replayability doesn't feel like it's there. You also have this RPG, but the story is also not very good. So what are you supposed to do with this game? And I think that's ultimately why it falls flat for a lot of people, is just if they had made one of those things and did it really well, which Clay is totally capable of doing, then I think it would have been much more successful. Oh my god, these all say plus. We actually might need this Thorns Potion for the hard fight. I think we want Attack Potion for this combat, though. I come up with any other analogies, like getting pizza at Subway. Didn't Subway do, like, flatbreads for a while that were kind of like pizza, and then they stuck them in the microwave and gave it to you, and they were all soggy? I haven't been to Subway in probably, like, over 10 years. So I don't know what they do right now. Do they still have $5 footlongs? And then in Europe, do they have $5 meters? Like, do you get a full meter sub for $5? Yeah, Grifflands is by Clay. You can really see it in the art style. What's close to a foot in metric? That's a good question. It's some number of centimeters, I'm sure. Because you could do yard versus meter, but that's 3 feet, so, you know, I don't know. Weird. You have feet in Europe, too? I like how that gets my brain thinking a little bit. Heck, you could mean anything there. Literal feet? It's kind of like when I went to Canada, and then suddenly you cross the border, and you're driving along, you cross the border into Canada, and then all the speed limit signs are suddenly in kilometers, but they don't specifically say that they're in kilometers. So you first see your first speed limit sign, and it just says 100 on it, and you're like, 100 miles per hour? 100 kilometers per hour? But you have to, like, make the mental switch and know that that's coming. I bet there's some Americans that don't know that and suddenly just floor it to 100 like it's the Autobahn, and get in some trouble. I don't know, man. I think we need this Thorns Potion. A foot is supposed to be the length of some king's foot. That can't be real, because a foot is pretty big. Right? Like, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep Cultist Potion for the heart fight, because we need the attack potion specifically for this combat. In a desperate way. This kind of sucks. Alright, those do not help. Do we need attack potion as well? Or power potion as well? This is a heart fight, this is a heart fight, this is for this combat, I suppose. So we could block potion this turn or next. It's not enough, dude. Hey, Phaley. I have small feet? No, I don't. Well, I have perfectly average sized feet. An entire foot? This is huge. I think it's bigger than that. I am tall. Yes. I am 6'4". I think there's only one other Spire Slayer that's taller than me, and that's Vegetable Bread, who claims to be 6'5". Claims to be. Okay. I think we get away with not Wraith form here. Excuse me, sire. I may have made an error. Or did I? I don't think I did. This is fine. Because we have Buffer. Oh, we're weak. No! Still fine. I don't think we get melees off in this combat, do we? So we'd have to draw it again. It's good, but we probably don't need it. The only situation where we need it is for all of these wounds. Size 14 US feet, oddly not a foot long. See, I'm telling you, an actual foot being the size of 1 foot. Stay with me. You know what I mean. It's like, it's huge. I don't think anybody in here has an actual human foot the size of 12 inches. Like, that's huge. Like, how big are Shaq's feet? Because he's got some big-ass feet. Like, he probably has a foot the size of a foot. You know what I mean? Katie has the same size feet as Shaq? Really? I mean, I believe it. Question card coming in a little bit late. Backflip says plus on it. And it draws a card. That's pretty good. Doesn't really do damage. Making it. I can't not. All right, we get one last upgrade before our Bird with Arms fight. It might just be this malaise. How big are James Harden's feet? Because he can't seem to stay on them. He keeps falling over all the time. Drives me insane. Grown-ass man can't stand on his own 2 feet. What's wrong with him? What size is 14? I don't even know what that means. What is 14? Is that big? Is that a foot long? What a... Oh, God. Like, how... What size shoe do you have to have? Okay, here's the real question. What size shoe do you have to have a foot-long foot? That's the penultimate question that we need to answer here today. If we can answer that, we'll have had a successful stream. $14. So 14 shoe size equals foot-long foot. Okay. I think that makes sense in my mind. I can get behind that. I think that works out. Aren't all feet technically a foot long? This is the highly contested fact that I've been trying to avoid. Technically, maybe. Actually got up there. It's good damage. Get a little meal ticket action. Accuracy plus, number 2. Do we dare? It's a pretty good damage upgrade for us. We probably dare. All right, we will recall here at the very end. Go into our bird with arms fight. Explodey pot would have been good for right in here, but no such luck. Go heavy on the yeet here. We could save our buffer with this block potion, but we're going to toss it away for 7. We got a rough setup here for sure. It's going to take a minute. Oh. Should have drawn first then, because then we wasted something there. Or did we? No, because the Shivs were doing 20 each. Oh. So small. Still 0. Aww. So we can play 2 more powers for free. I think that we'll do well-laid plans, and we'll just wait on Noxious Fumes because it does not matter here. Okay, that's pretty much the combat. We're already at 4 dexterity. Do like... Can't you burst now? Didn't they fix this? That is 4 bursts. Oh. I played Project... I love Project Zomboid, yeah. That's a good one. That game is a total banger. I have not played it... Project Zomboid, that game's been in development for... like 17 years or something. I mean, it's been in development forever. Nice. So I'd have to revisit it. I remember them adding in vehicles at one point. Like this is as far back as my memory goes with that game, is them adding in vehicles at some point. That's about it though. That's a good one. Since 2011? Wow. Is it the real question is it still getting updates? Because any game can be in development for that long. But is it still getting updates? Got him. All right, it is the Fun Eater. So did we just malaise here? Malaise for 7. We don't get well-laid plans or accuracy in play. That seems like a mistake. That said, we can also probably make it around to well-laid plans again before it really matters. I also have acrobatics in hand. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I mean, we're going to need it, right? need as big of a malaise as possible, and it's not going to get bigger than that. Okay, so do we ever Nightmare Blur here is the question, because we can try to do Blurricade for the second phase. That almost certainly works out. Since we can't stack Kunai in the same fashion that we did against the Awakened one, this is where the Blurricade comes in. Let's try that out. I like that a lot. 2019 was the last update? I think I remember... What was that? There was a... Maybe it was Escape from Tarkov, where a lot of the big streamers from Escape from Tarkov went to play that game for a while. It's 3-4 cards. So with dash, backflip, accuracy, we have 3 cards to play next turn. Still have Bouffère. It's better. Cool. Yeah, that game, so that game's really good. I know it's really good. Whether or not I go back and play it at this point is a whole nother question. Another game that I really love to check out from time to time is a game called Star Sector. It's kind of like Mountain Blade in space, if you've ever played Mountain Blade. I very specifically enunciated the mount and blade. I know you know I did. Yeah, Star Sector, it's made by like maybe one person. I appreciate that it exists. It looks a little rough around the edges. So it's some kind of mixture between like Mountain Blade and I'll say Kenshi. It's a bit janky, it's a bit rough around the edges, but if you can get past all that, what's underneath is a pretty good game. Yeah, I mean Mountain Blade, yeah, you got it. You guys. Keep the Blur dream alive. We have a couple turns of Blur left. We need to cycle the deck really badly so we can get back to Blur. Mountain Blade. Mountain Blade 3 is another game that came out that I haven't been able to devote as much time to as I'd like. I think we hodl here. Yeah, Bannerlord. I don't know what I said, but yes, Bannerlord. I got it. I played it. It was still early access, and then they released some good patches for it, I assume, and did not go check it out again. don't know why. This is 5, 8, 3, 11, 12. And we get 2 dexterity procs. 5, 9, 12. Didn't look that appealing. The only reason why I really picked it up is because I played so much of the old Bannerlord. Or not Bannerlord, Warband, sorry. Warband was extremely good. It was one of those games where you probably needed to find a couple mods to really enjoy it. And it's also, what, 10 plus years old at this point. Almost certainly doesn't stand the test of time. Yeah, like, Warband had such good mods. You could, like, I think it was Warband. I think Warband had a mod for when Game of Thrones came out. And it just put you in... God, I can't remember the name of the land. Whatever. It was the Game of Thrones map in Warband, from what I remember. Westeros, thank you. I have the books behind me. I've had them for years. I'm definitely going to read those. You know, eventually. Ooh, medical kit is here. Just out of reach. Okay, so we can remove a card. We can also take an upgrade pot here. That would upgrade... Steph. Would upgrade burst, backflip, neutralize. It's not actually that good, is it? Swift Pot might be the way to go for the Act 4 elite. So we could do Swift Pot over Colorless to try to save us from a bad turn 1. We're going to have both Slaver's Collar and Lantern, so Swift Pot turn 1 is extremely good. And if we end up with a really good turn 1, then we can save it for the heart. All right. Yeah, that's got to be the way to go. We'll do that. Means we don't get to remove a card. I think that's fine. We could take another backflip. We already have 2, though. I don't... We're on 5 energy and we have burst. Like, it's not bad. All right, we'll pick one up. All right, I'm going to start this fight. We'll take a look at our hand, and then I need just a quick second to refill my cup. I will be right back. All right, thanks for hanging out. Sorry, I had to chat with somebody quick. You want red? You get red, my friend. Gold, thank you very much for hanging out long enough to acquire 1,500 Dane bucks. Change in the mood lighting. Ooh. Like it. Like it a lot. Let's get this turn started. Burst? Wait. Burst the burst. Blade dance backflip. That's too much, isn't it? We want to well-laid plans, burst this, then backflip, because then we can always burst again if we draw something amazing. Ideally, we draw first, but then we can't do the blade dance thing. Aha. Good thing I chose to hodl there. So we're hanging on to maybe burst survivor for next turn. If we acrobatics now, does it always end in sadness? Seems kind of pointless. We might actually hang on to survivor acrobatics for next turn, allowing us to discard both burns and draw a bunch of extra cards. Probably better than this burst. So we'll burst this turn, because we'll pretend that we're playing the Watcher, and then we could carry it into next turn. Okay, 61 damage. So the question is, are we ever not doing Wraith Form here? So if we did After Image, we can block for, let's just say 23, 30, 23, 32 plus 6, 7. So we take a fair amount. Almost certain that Wraith Form is fine. We and then hang on to both Cloak and Daggers. I mean, like, okay, so we get the Dexterity down effect, but we also gain a ton of Dexterity organically over time. We're not really applying debuffs outside of Crippling Cloud, so Malaise paves the way for some Poison to go down. I just don't think we get back around to Malaise. Well, we might. We might. We have 2 backflips coming around. It's possible. Then that would go over here, because we're killing the spear first. Okay. Okay, so we've got Phantasmal Killer for next turn with all of this stuff, and you are, you know, the gates are open. Take on this guy. This is our last... Excuse me, Anthony, I cannot see my intangibility. I think this is our last turn. I can't see it. Okay, well, I think this is our last turn of intangibility. Hover over it tells you. Reduce all damage taken and HP lost to 1. Yeah, it was our last turn. That's alright, though. Ooh. Okay, can we ever get to the point where we can burst this Blade Dance? I don't think so. Though, that said, these are also doing like 30 damage each or so. So if we do, then I believe we just win. All right, no relics to set up. Things you love to see. We get a Paw, get Watch as well. Piercing Wail, plus to maybe block one of the multi-attacks. With our well-laid plans, so that could get us through the first multi-attack if we don't want to malaise. Oh, it's Minty Spire wrapping them around. Oh, that's right, because they love to, like, run into the enemy's text bar by default. I think the wraparound is, like, the buff bar wrapping around is probably better. I don't know where else you'd put them. It needs to, like, center on the number bar instead of just continuously growing into the future. Maybe we want one of these. Time's going to tell on that one. All right. Goal number 1, save Buffair. We have Toy Ornithopter, so if we want to wait on some potions, we can do that. I believe we want to play Cultist Potion and probably Power Potion here on turn 1. We could choose to play just 3 cards for Pocket Watch as well. I believe this turn always starts with Backflip, though. One, two, three, 4, 5. Gives us 7 or 5. Okay. I'm going to decide if I want to play Cloak here. Gives us basically 1 block. We go to 6, and then we can apply Weak for next turn and get a Dex proc as well. That seems pretty good. We lose Pocket Watch, but we have Swift Potion if we want to. The alternative is that we play just Crippling Cloud, carry Cloak, maybe, because we're going to be frail, and Dash. I think that's always happening. So, Pocket Watch or Dexterity. The other nice thing about breaking Pocket Watch here is that we don't have to see Die 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 again. So That's really good. So we gain dexterity, and then we gain one more draw the next time we shuffle our deck. Yeah, I think I am using Cultist Potion. Make sure I have this right. So we go to 5, 3, 1. We're left with 4, 2. Yeah. Okay, so we commit to this. Now the question is, do we commit to 2 potions and lose out on some HP? So ideally for us, this is After Image. Could be Caltrops. I would take Noxious Fumes, I guess. Could also be Accuracy. I mean, sure. We could also take a Wraith Form. I think we'll take Accuracy. And Venom is really nice because we have so many Shivs. But let's just play Accuracy. Big attack. No big attack. Bummer. And no Piercing Wail either. So we could Swift Pot for it, but I don't think we want to use more potions here. It's possible. No, it's not possible. We can try drawing first. I think that seems like the way to go. Unless the plan is to try to draw last with these 2 copies of Blade Dance. How much damage am I willing to take here? So we can Nightmare Wraith Form, maybe win that way. Can still get Nightmare on After Image to completely negate Beat of Death as well. Accuracy is a lot less important because we got 1 in play from Power Potion. Right? So we could do Dash and 2 Blade Dances, but we're still taking a lot from Beat of Death with no After Image in play. So that's 10 damage from Beat of Death per Blade Dance. Alternatively, we can say goodbye to Buffer, since we just can't save it. We say goodbye to Buffer, we can play Noxious Fumes, Accuracy, and both Blade Dances. We take some damage, lose Buffer, and then heal back up with Block Potion. One time you debuffed the Heart with -6 strength and he increased it to 2 strength himself. Does his buff ignore negative strength? Yes. So there's an interesting mechanic on the Heart fight, especially during a buff turn. You never want to apply Dark Shackles or Piercing Wail or any kind of temporary strength down effect. I think you're talking about Malaise. But you never want to apply any kind of temporary strength down effect during a buff turn against the Heart, because the Heart will wipe away all negative debuffs, minus, weakness, vulnerable, poison, those types of things. But negative strength, the Heart will always wipe away. So if you apply a giant Malaise early on, it's going to save you from the first multi-attack, but then that's going to go away. So ideally, I might actually use Swift Potion here. Ideally, or let me finish my thought there. So if you apply Dark Shackles or Piercing Wail on a buff turn for the Heart, it's going to wipe away the negative strength, but it will still have a buff on it that says gain 8 strength at the end of your turn, or whatever it is for your specific strength down card that the Heart will keep. So not only will it multiply its strength by 2, it'll also take that you know, it'll wipe away the negative strength, apply 8 strength to itself from the temporary strength down, and then multiply that. So you'll effectively kill yourself if you play Piercing Wail on a buff turn almost all the time. So in your instance, what happened, you probably played Malaise, it wiped away all the negative strength, and then just gave it 2 strength back. But yeah, you can't ever keep the heart at negative strength. So your ideal play, let's say with a deck like this, would be to use Piercing Wail to get rid of the first multi-attack, and then for the next multi-attack, or the one after that, if the fight goes super long, you apply Malaise to basically reset the strength back to 0. And that's kind of your best case scenario there. But putting the heart at negative strength doesn't usually matter ever. And like I said, is sometimes a detriment. This is tough. It just depends on how much I want to lean into Toy Ornithopter value, because if we can Swift Pot into Malaise or Piercing Wail, which is 2 out of 20, it's unlikely that we waste 5 HP. I think it's better to get Noxious Fumes in play, and Accuracy. We don't have to draw them again, and then gain some Dexterity. Just feels like such a waste to lose our Fossilized Helix here. Okay, and then we say ouch. That wasn't so bad. We did a fair amount of damage to the heart. Somehow block this. So you can see here, if we had used Swift Potion last turn, we would have actually gotten to Malaise, so that would have solved that turn versus saving our block potion. Then we'd have Helix for this turn, so if I played that slightly different, we'd have a very different outcome this turn. I'd really like to Nightmare Wraithform. I don't believe we have the privilege of doing that, though. Because this turn we cannot block for enough. We'd have to play Malaise, this weakens the heart. We get close. I believe we have to Wraithform in the first cycle. The good news is that we're doing a lot of damage with these accuracies. The bad news is most of our damage cards are in the discard pile right now, so we have to cycle. That comes down to acrobatics. We're allowed to then Nightmare Afterimage, which is great. We can hang on to Malaise potentially for the next multi-attack, and we have Piercing Wail coming around as well. So yeah, exactly. Hubba the Bubba. That's what I'm thinking, is we hang on to Afterimage Nightmare for next turn. We can do Dash, then Wraithform for this turn. Acrobatics could also be really important to hang on to, but with the Dexterity down coming, even though we probably hover around this Dexterity number, the Afterimage 4 block per card play should save us. Thank you, Pocket Watch. Amazing. Okay, what's our order here? Nightmare Afterimage, play Afterimage, hang on to Burst, Backflip, or neutralize Piercing Wail. Well, no, we wouldn't need neutralize Piercing Wail because we have one more turn of intangibility. We can hang on to Piercing Wail in case the first attack is the big attack, and then we have the multi-attack. So we hang on to first Piercing Wail. gonna purposefully break Pocket Watch so we can not draw so many cards. First Piercing Wail. It is decided. Yeah, not having any weaken play is rough. Alright, it is unfortunately the multi-attack. But we have Piercing Wail for the next multi-attack, and then Malaise for the multi-attack after that, I guess. All right, down to 1 dexterity. We lost 3, but we're still positive. I mean, absolutely easily full blocking this. I don't want to do this. Even though we lose some damage, we're already damage capping with single blade dance. So here would be a tragedy to apply Piercing Wail. So again, that would put the heart at -6 strength, which it would wipe away. And then, but it would maintain the buff that is applied that says gain 8 strength at the end of your turn, and then multiply that with the buff. Do not Piercing Wail on this turn. Whatever you do. Still good damage. Not bad. We're back up to +4 strength, even with our Wraith form in play. Okay, so we'll try to Malaise on 3 energy. Really big bummer we didn't get around to Blur again. So if we didn't Malaise here, we're still full blocking easily, and we can do a lot of damage. I believe that's just better. And then we Malaise just to... Oh no, you'd have to Malaise for 1 to apply weak for next turn. Okay. Alright, we'll go for the damage cap this turn. Looks 1 already? Probably. Our only damage card in the drop pile is Blade Dance and Neutralize, so first Blade Dance, I believe, is enough if we can draw around to it. Maybe not even that, because we have PK in this turn. Yeah, I think we just get there. Boop. Nice. The Shiv cards came in late, but we got them. We did remove a single copy of accuracy. At some point in that run, we started with 2 from our Pog box. But we got there. A little north of 2 hours. Got a little bit chatty in there. Let's do the prediction outcome. Of course. Of course we won. It's a good run. Let's see what we got here. Quick look at the run history. We started with Wraith Form, which stuck around, PK, Burst, Accuracy, another copy of Accuracy, and After Image. It was an amazing Pandora's Box. This was Filter the Spire for Pandora's Box run. And then we got an early Fossilized Helix from our treasure chest here, which allowed us to take on some elites. It's 12 damage sentries. Remember, we did Wraith Form on turn 2 on the empowered sentries, which had plus strength very early on. Still managed to only take 12 damage thanks to our After Image and stuff. 0 damage Lagavulin, pretty easy. Slime Boss, Collector, 0. Awaken 1, 0. Time Eater, 0. Shield and Spear, 0. Corrupt Heart, 41. Very, very strong. Took no damage to any boss until the Heart fight in particular. Shield and Spear, nice and easy. Nemesis 0, Reptimancer 0, Nemesis 0. Really didn't take a lot of damage. I think this was floor 29 against the Tri-Slavers was maybe the most harrowing fight of all. But still came out on top. I think the addition of Piercing Whale here, again, we didn't know what the draw order was going to be, but it did not allow us to keep our Fossilized Helix for the big attack in the first cycle, which is kind of why I was adding that card. We also didn't see Malaise early on. But yeah, all in all, nice, clean, easy, good run.